Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Oz and I make reaction videos and some music on the side. Eurovision season is on and Eurovision is happening in a few days, in a few weeks. We're all quite hype about it. Months of such hard work and excitement and a lot of different opinions will finally come to an end in a few weeks. And although I have argued with myself a lot to create this top 10, in the end I'm actually quite confident about it. I actually took into account what has happened in the past. I took into account my own personal taste and sort of like those two quite correlated well with each other. So I'm confident about this top 10, but who knows, it's Eurovision and it's full of surprises and that's why we love Eurovision. So there will be some underdogs and there will be some dark horses, meaning that we will see some surprises. But about my top 3, I am confident that one of my top 3 will win. I'm gonna bet on it, or maybe no, but you will see. But obviously before I get on with my top 10, I have a very special announcement for all of you. It's gonna be very quick. If you're in London on the 14th of May, on the Eurovision finale day, I'm inviting you all to my big Eurovision party in the heart of London at Zodiac Bar, where we will celebrate the winner alongside watching the whole show on the big screen. And wait for it, all of my subscribers get a free drink. There will be live performances, there will be special guests, and wait for it, there will be a club in the basement where we will party until the next day's AM hours. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. And another great news is that booking is free. I'm gonna pin a comment in the comment section below if you'd like to book your space. I think we only have just a few left. So those who are in London are invited and I can't wait to meet you there. Anyway, so let's start off with my number 10. So on my number 10, I have Serbia. Serbia has been a big player this year because I've heard a lot of different opinions on Serbia. When they first came out, I think the initial reaction was a bit like, what the hell is going on? I had the same reaction from Serbians, but I think us international people, non-Serbians, let's say, non-Serbian speakers, it took us a while to sort of like understand what was going on. But let me tell you, the song itself actually talks about something really serious. And to be honest, Constructa has become sort of like an icon this year. You know, every year we do have some icons that do really well in the contest, and she has become one of the key players of this year's Eurovision. So I have put Serbia on my 10th place. It's one of the countries that I cannot really bet on completely, but I have to admit that I keep listening and watching Constructa's videos, especially the last one that they did for Eurovision Home Party, the acoustic version of Incorporação. Oh my god, like it is out of this world, so good, and I'm really expecting something substantial from the live performance at the semi-finals. On my 9th place, I have Australia. Now, Australia, I believe that this year's entry, Sheldon Riley, is the most powerful and probably the best Australian entry that we've ever seen. I think it has got a lot of elements that is going to be elevated on the final performance. Sheldon Riley himself told me in our interview that the final look of the staging will be completely different from what we see on Australia Decides. If you haven't seen that interview, I strongly suggest you do. I'm gonna put a link over here. The song itself is amazing. His characteristics on stage is amazing. And I think we're gonna see an amazing performance from Australia, and that's why I've got my 9th place going for Australia. On my 8th place, I do have Italy. Now, in many opinion polls, Italy is actually leading for the win. I don't expect a double win this year, but again, who knows? Mahmoud and Blanco create this amazing duo that we kind of like haven't seen on Eurovision stage, and they represent something that is quite flavorful. And obviously, Mahmoud, as a Eurovision alumnus coming back to Eurovision, is creating a statement. However, I personally don't believe that Italy is going to win this year. They're going to do amazingly hosting the show, but I do feel like they're going to be on top 10, and it's going to be something to be remembered for over the past next years. On my 7th place, I have Ukraine. Now, keeping all the politics aside, I really do believe that Ukraine's got a really great entry. But combining with what's happening in the world politically, I think Ukraine is going to get a sympathy vote. I think that's going to be inevitable. Stefania is a very specific performance, and I think it doesn't have much competition. I think I would say maybe with France they have a bit of a competition in terms of like the ethnic tributes in the stage performance, but I think still is quite different, and that's why I think Ukraine will reserve a place on the top 10. On my 6th place, guys, I have France. France is a dark horse. Not a lot of people are talking about France this year, and I'm actually getting the same vibe from last year where Italy was forgotten a little bit because we had a lot of key players. We had Malta, we had Lithuania, we had Ukraine. So Italy was a little bit forgotten last year. I have the same feeling with France this year, that people are not really counting France as a key player, but I'm telling you, France could actually even win this year. It's going to be a big statement when they're on stage. One of the biggest reasons why France is getting a lot of sympathy is, I think, back in the time when Spain was trying to see who's going to represent them, there was a big Tanzsugerias moment with their amazing sort of like ethnical elements in the band, but they were not chosen. Chanel was chosen, so that hunger for this sort of like dark ethnical elements is now being represented by France. So I do think that France has got a very big chance to do amazingly this year, if not even win the whole contest, but I'm gonna keep France on my 6th place. On my 5th place, I have Netherlands. Netherlands is one of the countries that may be coming back for the win again. I think Estan and her song is an absolute tribute, and this year we do have a lot of slow songs, but to be honest, this wasn't a difficult decision for me to choose amongst the sad songs, because I think Netherlands has got a proper presence in the contest that is loved by everyone. It is a song that speaks volumes, and the funny thing is that even if a lot of people don't speak Dutch, we keep singing the song, and it keeps breaking our hearts and leaving so much impact. So I think Netherlands is there to stay on the top 10. I definitely do believe that. On my 4th place, I've got Poland. And to be honest, I was a little bit unsure about keeping Poland on the 4th or the 5th, but I think Ochman has got that sort of like vocalist element that is a little bit superior in that sense. His vocals, his stage presence, the way he looks. I mean, let's be realistic here. Eurovision is also about visuality, and if we like what we see, then it plays a big role. And Poland ticks a lot of boxes in that way, and let alone the song itself is amazing. And I've been to a lot of Eurovision parties, guys, so far, and I'm telling you, every single time Poland was on the screen, people went nuts. And that's why I really do believe that Poland is in the top 10. Okay guys, are we ready for my top 3? Okay, this is happening. Okay, let's see how accurate this will be in the end. But on my 3rd place, I have Norway. Norway is one of the countries that is playing for the win. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is a PR strategy, maybe there is a big team behind them, but the way that they keep staying on the top in terms of the Eurovision agenda is amazing. The thing that they're doing this Instagram thing where they joke about the rest of the entries, where they literally put themselves in other contestants' videos. It's such a clever move. People keep talking about Norway this year. Since it's officially Eurovision season, the general audiences are also waking up to Eurovision, meaning that, of course, die-hard fans like myself, we have an idea. But right now that a lot of people are waking up to the songs, I'm hearing one country, and actually 2 countries, and one is Norway. The second country that I keep hearing about from a lot of people, which is actually on my 2nd place, is Spain. Guys, I cannot tell you how many people have come to me and said Spain is going to win this year, and these people are going to be actually voters on the 14th, and Chanel has done amazingly at every single Eurovision party. She is killing it with her dance moves. There hasn't been any fault, even like a little inconvenience in her live performances. The way that she sings, the way that she dances, the way that she is gorgeous all the time. She's got real star qualities, and no matter what people think about her, it doesn't change the fact that everyone is talking about Chanel. It should be like a hashtag, everyone's talking about Chanel. My personal winner, and also a lot of people's winner, is, which is on my first place, Sweden. Now, I know that some of you will say, oh, Sweden is overrated, it's just all the time Sweden, blah blah. No, I'm gonna stop you there for saying that. Sweden, if this song came from somewhere else, another country, if Cornelia Jacobs came from another country, I would be as much of a fan as I am now. She is killing it on stage, and she's got that sort of like hypnotizing element that I also had with, let's say, Duncan Lawrence, Conchita Wurst, and Loreen, all past winners. She makes you watch herself, and she is delightful, and her voice, even the way that sometimes her voice breaks, it's just everything. And the song itself is a winning song. And again, many people that I've met at so many Eurovision parties are rooting for Sweden, and that's, I think, for me at least, enough to say Sweden's going to win this year. And if that happens, I'm going to be the happiest person ever. But to be honest, like, seeing any of my top 3 members winning this year would make me very happy. Having said that, what do you guys think about this year's top 10 potentially? Do you agree with my top 10? Would you alter this list if you could? Please do let me know in the comment section below. I am dying to know what you think, so please let me know what you think, what your top 10 is, and who do you think is potentially gonna win this year. I love you all, guys, and I want to wish you an amazing Eurovision season. I hope that you have the best fun ever, and like I said, if you're in London, you should come to my party, because that's going to be the best Eurovision party that you've ever been, I promise. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. It would make me very happy if you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.